Guys, time and time again, we are in this stupid fucking encounter.
Rosie. Come. Video this for you.
I am.
Rosie. Keep videoing.
Yep.
Rosie, come. Come. Rosie. Here. Come. Good.
So that video is a customer of mine who's out having a walk and doing everything she absolutely should be to keep her dog Rosie safe. She's XL exempt, so she's got a muzzle on, she's on a long line, completely safe and within the remits of the law. But regardless of the law, she's keeping that dog safe and being responsible, unlike the owner that she's encountered, okay? It does not matter whether your dog is friendly, whether it is small, big, doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, and what it boils down to is, if you cannot be bothered to teach recall, then you should have a long line on. It is as simple as that. If you've not taught your dog manners, obedience, and most importantly recall, you have not earned the luxury to take your dog off that lead. Okay, it is not a rite of passage that because you're in that park you can just take your lead off and let your dog do what it wants because you're a dog owner and you think you're entitled to do it. If you cannot be bothered, and I use the term bothered because that's what it is, there's absolutely zero excuse. I don't care what excuse people come back with, put in the comments. There is zero excuse for having your dog off a lead with no recall. There's not really an excuse for having it off a lead at all. That's why long lines were invented. But there's certainly no excuse for having them off lead when you have not bothered to put the time and effort in to teach recall or some basic level of obedience. Okay, negligence is not an answer. Allowing your dog to run up to someone knowing that your dog poses no risk is absolute bollocks, and it is exactly what we are trying to stay away from. I see so many responsible staffy and bully owners who have to be responsible because if their dog did what this dog is displaying in the video, they would probably be seized and in some cases destroyed. But because people don't have that type of breed, they think it's acceptable for their dog to act in this manner and trigger a response like Rosie was showing. Rosie's was all positive. However, that can still be a negative. The weight of that dog, had it caught Sam off guard, it could have taken Sam to the floor. Whatever the case may be, you can justify in whatever way you like. That is completely bang out of order. Under Section 3 of the Dangerous Dogs Act, that dog is technically deemed out of control. Therefore, that owner should be having a criminal offence for that, despite whether it's caused any injury, despite where it's made the person's apprehending the fear of violence. You are dangerously out of control. Simple as that. Okay, it is irresponsible and it is just not needed. There is training programs out there, there is equipment out there to stop this happening. If you are watching this and this is a regular occurrence for you where your dog is running over to someone like that, stop being ignorant in the fact that just because they're friendly that you have the right and entitlement to do so or not have to do any training. Two options. Buy a long line, you can get them anything from 3 meters up to 30 meters. Lots of freedom, still maintaining safety, still maintaining manners, or get some training. The fact that you can't afford training is gone out of the remit now these days. Training is so affordable in the right aspects. There is zero excuse. You can watch free YouTube videos. You can watch videos on TikTok on how to teach a basic recall. If you want more in-depth, we have the Staffy Training School. £17, 99 pence a month. That works out at less than a cost of coffee once a week. If you're not willing to give that up, then should you really be owning a dog? The answer for you is no, okay? Yes, we have one-to-ones, which are slightly more expensive, but they're better and more intensive. But we have given people a massive training opportunity. Once you come onto that Staffy Training School, I guarantee you won't leave within that first 7 days because you get a 7-day free trial. I guarantee you will stay because recall is just one of the wealth of videos on there that can help you have a better, more obedient dog. Guys, stop making excuses for bad obedience and bad manners if you are one of these types of dog owners. The only excuse for this behaviour is you are too fucking lazy to teach your dog recall or put a fucking long line on. That is it.